Good day, here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. Severe tropical storm Emong continues to weaken on its way past the terrains of Luzon. Pag-asa says Emong's first made landfall Thursday night over Agno in Pangasinan and then made another landfall in the vicinity of Candon City, Ilocos Sur this morning. Typhoon Emong was downgraded into a severe tropical storm as it passed through the mountainous terrain of the Cordillera region. As of 11 a.m., Emong was spotted in the vicinity of Calanasan, Apayao, with maximum sustained winds of 95 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 160 kilometers per hour. It is moving north-northeastward at 40 kilometers per hour. Emong is expected to weaken further as it passes by Babuyan Islands and Batanes this afternoon or evening. It will then exit the Philippine Area of Responsibility or PAR tomorrow morning, July 26. Pag-asa also warns of a moderate to high risk of storm surge with a height of 1 to 3 meters in Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, and Zambales. Tropical cyclone warning signal number 3 is raised over the northeastern portion of Ilocos Norte, the northern portion of Apayao, and the northwestern portion of mainland Cagayan. Signal number 2, on the other hand, is up over the rest of Ilocos Norte, the northern portion of Ilocos Sur, the rest of Apayao, the northern portion of Abra, Batanes, and the northern and western portion of mainland Cagayan. Signal number 1 is declared over the rest of Ilocos Sur, the northern portion of La Union, the rest of Abra, the northern portion of Benguet, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, the rest of mainland Cagayan, and the northern portion of Isabela. Emong and the southwest monsoon will bring heavy rains over Ilocos Sur, Ilocos Norte, La Union, Pangasinan, Abra, Benguet, Batanes, Cagayan, Apayao, Mountain Province, Ifugao, Kalinga, Zambales, Isabela, Nueva Vizcaya, Nueva Ecija, Occidental Mindoro, Bataan, Pampanga, Cavite, Batangas, Tarlac, Laguna, Metro Manila, Bulacan, Rizal, Quezon, Aurora, Quirino, Oriental Mindoro, Palawan, Marinduque, Romblon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Albay, and Antique. The Philippine Postal Corporation or PHLPost deployed 2 10-wheel trucks to transport 3,400 food packs from the warehouse of the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD in Metro Manila to Giginto, Bulacan. The move is to aid the DSWD in delivering relief goods to communities affected by heavy rains due to enhanced southwest monsoon. Acting Postmaster General and Chief Executive Officer Maximo Santamaria III, Assistant Postmaster General for Operations Benji Yotoko, Area Operations Director for Gilbert Javier, and Express Mail Manager Boyet Delito witnessed the hauling operations. The initiative was in line with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s directive to support ongoing disaster recovery efforts. PHLPost said it is ready to deploy additional trucks in coordination with the Office of Civil Defense Operations Center and the DSWD. It also assured the public that postal operations continue despite work suspension in several areas. In a separate post, the DSWD thanked PHLPost and its partners for their help in organizing and delivering the food packs to those hit by inclement weather. Moving forward, the DSWD plans to invest in disaster-resilient communities that can rise above the effects of climate change. During the celebration of the 37th National Disaster Resilience Month on Thursday, DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian acknowledged that the recent weather disturbances have become part of the new normal. He emphasized the need to equip vulnerable communities with the right knowledge and capacity to withstand disasters. Among the DSWD's initiatives is Project Lawa at Binhi, which aims to provide long-term solutions to poverty and hunger through agriculture and climate change adaptation. Gatchalian also thanked all disaster responders who have been working with the DSWD to help families affected by recent weather disturbances. The DSWD is celebrating National Disaster Resilience Month with a theme, Kumikilos para sa kahandaan, kaligtasan at katatagan. The Department of Budget and Management assures the public that the government has enough funds to aid calamity-stricken areas in the country. DBM Secretary Amena Pangandaman said the government is ready to respond to the needs of individuals displaced by the heavy rains and floods caused by the Habagat or enhanced southwest monsoon. Pangandaman said the government has made calamity funds available in line with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s directive to provide immediate help and support for Filipinos in disaster-hit areas. Pangandaman cited the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund from the national budget as well as the QRF or Quick Response Funds of frontline agencies, which are used for disaster response and recovery efforts. Agencies may request the DBM to replenish their QRFs when they have used 50% of the funds. Pangandaman said the DBM would make sure to expedite the release of the calamity funds. In the meantime, she urged all concerned agencies to ensure the proper and efficient use of the said funds. The Department of Education, or DepEd, assured the public that the various interventions are ready to sustain learning amid class suspensions caused by the inclement weather conditions. In a Viber message, DepEd emphasized the ongoing measures that prioritize safety and continued education for learners. These includes a flexible learning policy creating study options across different contexts and sets up one-stop shops for flexible learning delivery. All schools are mandated to implement learning and service continuity plan, which include alternative delivery modes or ADM, storage protocols for learning devices, and teacher training for adaptation during disruptions. ADM includes online classes, self-learning modules, and activity sheets. The agency said it is continuously procuring and distributing tablets to learners in disaster-hit areas. DepEd also added that they are set to deploy continuity packaged or mobile durable units in August as a replacement for temporary learning spaces in high-risk areas. In terms of class suspension guidelines, the agency assured collaboration with the Department of the Interior and local government and local leagues to urge compliance from local government units. As of Wednesday, DepEd reported the suspension of in-person classes in over 24,600 public schools across 16 regions in the country. In our business news, over 400 entrepreneurs from 4 regions in Central Philippines are gathered in Leyte for the 34th Visayas Area Business Conference, or VABC. The VABC, held at the Leyte Convention Center in Palo, Leyte, is the first event of its kind that focuses on digital transformation. In an interview, Conference Director Jonathan Calvara said the gathering aims to promote digital transformation among the region's micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs. The gathering is hosted by the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or PCCI, with the theme Visayas Rising, Accelerating Growth Through Digital Transformation. The 3-day event started on Wednesday with a gold tournament and commerce exchange. Various sessions are lined up on Thursday and Friday, such as interactive workshops, live technology demonstrations, and networking opportunities with industry experts and fellow businesses. The VABC is the annual gathering of the 23 local chambers of the PCCI across the Visayas region. Meanwhile, civil society groups in northern Mindanao have expressed their readiness to collaborate with government agencies to facilitate Mindanao's transition to renewable energy sources. In an interview, Consumers for Renewable Energy Action in Mindanao, or CREAM head, Ben Cyrus Eliorin, noted the significance of accelerating energy transition for developing resilient communities as climate change effects becomes frequent and intense. Eliorin also pointed out that the island's dependence on clean and affordable hydropower shifted to coal and diesel in the past 9 years, forcing businesses and companies to pay high electricity rates. One proposed solution is the rehabilitation and upgrading of the Agus Pulangi Hydropower Complex, or APHC, with a projected generation cost of less than 2 pesos per kilowatt hour. Cagayan de Oro Chamber of Commerce President Al Brito stated that immediate rehabilitation and upgrading of APHC have the potential to maximize investments. On the other hand, Institute of Power Sector Economics Director David Tauli said that some groups are aiming for renewable energy parity by 2030 and implementing electricity decarbonization programs, or EDPs. EDPs will contribute to democratize renewable energy, allowing consumers to shift off their current supply from coal power plants to rooftop solar systems. Tauli added that they aim for at least 10 million households to participate by the year 2030. And those are the latest and the biggest stories from the PNA headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. You may also watch the PNA headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I am William Theo. This is the PNA headlines, bringing you stories that unite the nation.